You ever go for a nice drive in the country? You're driving along, the scenery's all gorgeous, you're really enjoying yourself, and then suddenly there's an armadillo in the road and your dad takes a sharp left turn and he goes through the guardrail and loses control of the car over an incline down into a trash heap? That's this movie.
What happened to your head?
It's not as bad as it looks.
I don't see anything.
Guess I didn't hurt myself as bad as I thought.
Family Blood is Blumhouse's newest film, directed by Sonny Molly, I don't know how to pronounce it. It stars Vanessa Shaw, James Ransone, and Colin Ford, and it tells the story of Ellie, a recovering pill addict who finds a new addiction when she's turned against her will into a vampire. I'll admit, upon reading the synopsis and seeing the first half of this film, I thought it had some promise. A vampire flick told through the lens of drug addiction. That's a really interesting and creative way to explore familiar territory. Unfortunately, what we get is more proof that Blumhouse is the definition of hit or miss. What we get with Family Blood is a film that so desperately wants to be let the right one in, but without any nuance or charm. This movie does do a few things right, and I'll just get those out of the way right out the gate. For one, it's shot very well. The lighting is really on point, and combined with the excellent production design, it really lends to a nice urban gothic feel for the whole film. And that's it. Everything else this movie does is a bit of a disaster. And for the first half of the film, it doesn't seem like it will be, because as I said earlier, the concept here is actually pretty adventurous. And it really seems like it's building to something excellent and poignant, and then it never does. This movie has such a cool premise, vampirism as an addiction, and it does nothing with it. It's all the same beats you've seen done better a million times before, both in addiction and vampire stories. Oh look, she's debating whether or not to drink the blood of someone she cares about and she's having trouble controlling her urges. Woo. The progression from pill popper to vampire is so jarring that it's a little ridiculous. Like, it's a really short jump across the pond for her to go from, hey, I'm not feeling too good, I might be craving pills, to, I'm gonna kill and eat my neighbor. Especially considering there's no real indication on her end of what's happening to her, especially considering that the vampires in this universe don't even behave like actual vampires. The acting's pretty terrible across the board. Vanessa Shaw really doesn't sell the whole recovering addict well at all. It's tough to buy that she's struggling with the desire to relapse, because she just kind of seems like annoyed and angry at the notion of having to drink human blood to survive. And even then, we never get any real exploration of what that's doing to her, mentally or physically or anything. The actress playing her daughter is also pretty terrible. I mean, she's just wooden and bland the whole time. I don't think there's a single believable line she delivers in the entire film. Mom, I'm 13. I'm gonna be 14 in 2 months. If there's any way to really describe this movie, it's just uneven. The editing is sometimes great, sometimes terrible. It uses a lot of smash cuts and dreamy fades, but never with any real purpose behind them. It kind of just feels like they did it either because they think it looks cool or because they saw it in another movie that had a reasoning behind these types of edits. Sometimes it utilizes really excellent sound design to indicate what Ellie's going through, and then other times it just doesn't. The story is nicely paced and quite interesting up until the point when it isn't, and especially in the last 30 minutes or so. The third act of this film takes the hardest right into just sheer incomprehensible stupidity. They're trying so hard to seem clever with the ending. The whole movie up until the last 30 minutes really makes it feel like it's all building to something. It's all gonna have this really emotionally resonant ending. Again, similar to Let the Right One In. But it just never does. It's trying so hard to make it seem like there's some kind of emotional weight or meaning, and there just isn't. Is the message supposed to be, hey, fuck your loved ones even though they're sick because they're just gonna drag you down with them? Because that's a shitty message if so. There's nothing clever or unique, and it doesn't even remotely compare to the films it's trying to emulate, like Let the Right One In, because the emotional core and the relationships between all of the characters are just so hollow. I'm gonna say that Family Blood is poor. It has some nice aesthetics, the overall concept's interesting, but the execution is badly handled, and it just ends up falling into familiar territory that we've seen a million times before in films just like this. But the thing is, those films almost assuredly did it better, and I would not recommend watching this one at all. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, click down there, like, comment, subscribe. The trailer to my first feature film, Lilith, is out on the internet for people to see. I'll put the link in the description. If you want to support this channel, we have a Patreon. The link is also in the description. There's all kinds of cool rewards there for you to check out. So guys, please, if you like this channel, you want to support it, consider donating. But even if not, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon.
This monster is only there to keep you safe.